Well, so look, because I've now stepped out of the physical coaching aspect and into the vice president of whatever talent development and doing focusing more on television, the live show and creative. But the thing is, so that pool has gotten very big. To me, the biggest advantage to all of that is the freshness, is the newness, is being able to now have people. When I went from a tag team to a singles competitor, I was sort of allowed, I wasn't given a cookie cutter, this is your character, this is what you're going to do. I was able to have some time to find the Heartbreak Kid. I didn't know who he was at the time, but I had an opportunity to evolve into this character and make it mine. And that's the one thing we're allowed to do now with these new athletes coming in, is have time to sit down, to talk with them, to find out, again, to get their insight. It really is a collaboration. It's one of those things where it's all the stuff that I feel like people loved about NXT is that we're not forcing things on people. We're having them find it themselves. We're helping them. Again, I go back to Tony D. That was very much. It was one of those things where we ask him a few questions, we find out his background, and then of course we think like, oh my goodness, this is a great idea, and he's like, oh, I love that. So again, it is, and that's the one thing that's great about this, is being able to do that and having the time to do that. So we've really got a nice little system, a nice little organization going on to where we're allowed to go through these different steps. But look, of course, then it comes to getting them ready, in-ring ready. And sometimes it's trial by fire, I have to be honest. But the fact that they're former athletes that have been challenged before, that have to worry about discipline, focus, going in there on game time, pressure situations, that is something that at least they come into the WWE having done a little bit. Again, having to run a 2-minute drill at the end of a football game. Again, being down points in a wrestling match. Having to come back. Having to be composed under pressure. Even at a young age, they've had opportunities doing that. So it's amazing how disciplined and focused they can be. And the athlete in them doesn't like to fail. And that's, again, something that's I don't know, works for, again, people like Hunter and I, because we're pretty, we're sort of the same way. We like being put in the toughest spot possible and seeing if we can succeed. And so, like you said, that's where, again, there's a very being on the same level with our talent now. Again, all the things that NXT has always had in the past, it's just with a new breed of superstar now.